Hello everyone, welcome to Living Waters with Obembe. We started a teaching on how to build a strong prayer life, and we're going to continue in this episode. So we'll just dive right into it. So the next tip I'm going to be giving you in this episode is combine prayer with fasting. This is the fifth one that we're looking at. Combine prayer with fasting. Fasting sharpens your spiritual focus and weakens the flesh. Matthew chapter 17 verse 21 says, "Albeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting." And that Bible verse is, if you look at it in context, you see that it's about a demonized boy that was brought to the disciples of Jesus when Jesus Christ was on the Mount of Transfiguration, and they could not cast the demon out of the boy until Jesus came down from the mountain. And as soon as Jesus got down from the mountain, the father of the boy came to Jesus and begged Jesus to help him. And what happened was that Jesus Christ casted out that demon, and his disciples now came to ask him that, "Master, why could you not cast him out?" Jesus Christ said, "Because of your unbelief, because of your faith and all that." And then he now went ahead to talk about how that this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. I mean, there have been many interpretations of what that verse means, but one of the interpretations that I really love about that verse, that I love, that is attached to that verse, that if you read it in context, you will agree with me, is that when Jesus Christ said, "This kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting," he's talking about this kind of unbelief. Because if you look at from verse 20 to 21, Jesus Christ started by telling them that because of their unbelief, that is why they could not cast him out. He now said, "Albeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting." What that means is that prayer and fasting can increase, they heighten your spiritual sensitivity, your spiritual senses. And when your spiritual senses are high, your faith is high, because your faith is tied to your spiritual senses. So when you combine prayer with fasting, you build a strong prayer life. So fast often, pray more, and fast often. It is going to really improve your prayer life. It is impossible for you to wake up at night to pray if you are stuffing yourself with every meal. Imagine you plan to hold vigil at 12 a.m. At 9 you are eating big bowl of food, of swallows, like you are just eating big bowl. You will not be able to pray that night. It is impossible because your body will be too heavy. So fasting makes you lighter. Fasting makes you lighter. When you are lighter physically, you will be able to respond to the things of the spirit. So and fasting also increase your spiritual sensitivity. You hear God clearer. You enjoy your prayer even more. Your flesh is weakened. Everything about your flesh, your physical being is weakened, but your spiritual man is high. So it helps remove spiritual noise so you can hear God more clearly. And Jesus assumed his disciples would fast. He told them that they have to fast. Jesus himself fasted. So the next tip we are going to be looking at is pray in the spirit. Praying in tongues edifies your inner man. 1 Corinthians 14 verse 4 says, "He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church." Which means that as you pray in the spirit, you are building yourself up spiritually. You are expanding your spiritual capacity. You are making yourself stronger in the spirit as you begin to pray in tongues. Because if you look at the Bible equates praying in tongues to praying in the spirit, because the Holy Ghost is the one. Romans 8:26-27 says that, "Likewise the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit himself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the heart knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God." It is praying beyond your natural understanding. It is tapping into what the Holy Ghost knows that you don't know. The Holy Ghost is all-knowing. He has access to the mind of God. He is all-knowing. And so when you begin to pray in tongues, you are granted access into what the Holy Ghost knows. There are many hidden things that you need to pray out that you are not aware of. When you begin to pray in tongues, you begin to pray those things out. And then you have a richer prayer life that way, because you are able to sort a lot of things out in the spirit just by praying in tongues. So it releases mysteries into your life and circumstances. Make praying in tongues a daily discipline, even outside your main prayer time. What that means is that even when you are not, after you have fixed a time for prayer and you've prayed and you're done praying, while you go about your daily activities, you go about the things that you do every day, also make it an habit to pray in tongues. Pray consistently in the Spirit. All right, so that will be all for this episode. Thanks for joining in this episode. We are going to continue in the next episode.